Greetings, ladies, and welcome to season 3 of Wine and Wisdom. I am so excited about this season because I am changing up the game a little bit. So let me explain that first in the beginning. How this season will go is I will be doing Q&A from the audience. So any questions that you guys may have, male or female, please submit those so that I can answer them in the videos. That will be posted the first and third Thursday of the month, and then the second and fourth Thursday of the month will be some throwback videos because we can all use that good old wine and wisdom from back in the day because some of us still doing the same shit. So we're going to have that. But today I want to kick off season 3, episode 1 with 3 questions that I've gotten from the audience. And I appreciate you guys submitting your questions. You know, you can always submit them through email at drespeaks at gmail.com, or you can always find me on social media and send them there. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first question says, if you're in a relationship, are there ways you can help increase your partner's faith? If you're in a relationship, are there ways that you can help increase your partner's faith? Now, I'm not sure if we're talking about spiritual faith, or just faith in the relationship. So I'll touch on both. As far as personal faith, it is each person's individual responsibility to bring to the table what they promised, which is their faith, their hope. Now, if you've gone through stuff in your relationship and that faith has kind of wavered, then there are steps that you can do to get back to that, building trust and so forth. But overall, the faith in general in you, or the faith in the relationship, is something that that person is supposed to automatically have. And someone that is not having that faith means that they are still healing from the past. Now, that past does not mean that it's you, right? We have people that come to us in relationships and seeds have been planted that we cannot harvest. It just is what it is. And so in those instances, it's about you getting to the root of where the faith is lacking in the relationship, or in himself or herself or in you, and then figuring out if that is a space that you're even supposed to navigate in, or if that's a space that they need to, focus on and find some help and get some resources. Now, if it's a situation where there's faith as far as spiritual faith, then first of all, you have to walk your walk, right? Your walk and your journey is not for anybody else. It is yours and yours alone. And even if your partner has faith, it may be different from yours. So first of all, check where their faith meter is. Where are they as far as their faith and how they feel? And then find out why they're where they are. Because it's so quick for those of us that have gone through certain things to kind of, judge and tell people how to get there and feel like, oh, we're not equally yoked. Well, it was a journey. Your ass wasn't there from day one. You had to take some steps. So I think it's about walking in your truth, but also seeing where that person is and understanding why they are walking in their current truth. And I don't think that that's necessarily a deal breaker as long as there's room for growth. I'm a faithful person, so I can't be with a faithless person. It's not going to work. But I can be with someone that has a different faith. I can be with someone whose faith is a little bit on a different journey than mine, because we're not on the same wavelength, but we all believe in the man upstairs. So as long as we're all there, we're good to go. So that kind of answers that. What else do we have? Next question is, are there ways to revamp a relationship that may have lost its magic? A way to revamp a relationship that may have lost its magic. Well, y'all know I love this shit. Absolutely, there's ways to revamp the relationship. First of all, the key to revamping a relationship that has fallen kind of stale is recognizing what we're not doing that we used to do. So many times couples get together, and whether it's kids or a job or a pet or other family members or responsibilities that they have, they forget to date each other. You dated each other. There were certain things that you wore, certain things that how you dressed. You maybe did not just go to the store with a bonnet on all the time. I'm just saying, ladies, there's certain things that you came to the table with, and now you don't do those same things. So let's look at ourselves, start there. Also, there may be areas that he's not serving you in the way that he did because he's gotten used to it. Or we've gone through trauma in our relationship, and so we've disconnected in some ways, and it's difficult for us to kind of find our way back, right? So in order to get there, I want the both of you to sit down and think about, when was the last time that you had a good time? When was the last time that you guys really enjoyed each other? And see why you're not doing that shit now. Why have you stopped to date? Why haven't you figured that out? Maybe there's still some unresolved shit going on with you, and y'all said y'all was Gucci, but you're not Gucci, right? So then that underlying tension and stress is still there. So you guys can't stay on the same page or stay on the same accord. So all of this plays a role in your ability to kind of stay connected in the relationship. Because if I'm not feeling you mentally, then of course I'm not going to be trying to feel you physically, right? It just doesn't work that way. So understanding where the deficits are coming from, going back to that space, and then also checking and seeing where you are today and doing a self-reflection of what you're doing. Also, this is the next thing. Your relationship has changed. It may have been 5, 10, 15 years. You guys aren't in the same place anymore. So yes, still go back and reflect on what that was, but that doesn't mean that you can just insert that into your current relationship. You may need to adapt that a bit. You may need to figure out new ways of doing some of the old shit that you used to do because there's new nuances that are going on in your relationship or new, avenues that you guys are going down now. So it's really about tapping into one another, both of you agreeing that you want to actually enjoy this process and actually enjoy it. And that means information has to come from the both of you. It just can't be a one-way street when only one person, is being served and being fed and getting what they wanted. All right. Once you guys are able to figure out where those disconnections are, then you can start spending quality time together, like being strategic about the time that you spend. Phones down, kids at the sitter, dog in the crate, whatever it is, so that you guys are getting quality time together. And that quality time doesn't mean spending a lot of coins. You can cook a meal together. Okay. You can go for a walk together. You can go grocery shopping together at farmer's market, make it an adventure, make it a scavenger hunt. There are things that we can do with one another that that doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg and doesn't include fine dining in a hotel room. Just saying, it's all about connecting with one another. And the true connections that really last are the ones that happen with the clothes on, not with the clothes off. Just so you know. All right. Third question. When dealing with your partner having friends of the opposite sex, is it okay to set boundaries? Hell yeah, you need to set boundaries. Now, y'all have heard me say this before, like in the famous words of Drake's, no new friends, no new friends. Like, I definitely don't believe if we're in a committed relationship and we've identified the people that are important in our lives, both male and female, because I definitely believe you can have opposite sex friendships. And if you are identifying as gay or lesbian, yes, you can have same sex friendships and they still just be friends. Like, everybody ain't sleeping with everybody. Like, cut the shit. But I think it's important to set certain rules down and to understand that, like, if we're vibing and you meet someone at work and this is a new person, you can't keep saying Rebecca in conversation with me and I ain't met Rebecca. Like, that's not going to happen. You just know, oh man, we had a good time today and Rebecca was so funny. Then the next day you come in, oh my God, Rebecca did this. Say her name one more time and see what happened to you. Say her name one more time. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to mention it, then I need to meet her so I can make eye contact with her and so she can know I'm crazy. That's all I'm saying, right? And vice versa. It's respect on both sides. So I think that that's okay. But like friendships that we've had for long periods of time that came before you, I have at least 3 male best friends that have been in my corner since day one. Any male that I meet, I would want them to be able to get to know them and be able to connect with them in that type of way. And yes, there has to be rules. And sometimes those rules are, I don't want it shouldn't have been anything physical. Well, if that physical happened 20 years ago, does that still apply? Again, it's, different strokes for different folks. But yes, you can definitely have rules and have standards for how you want each other to interact with the friends. But I think it's important, first of all, that you meet these people, that you meet these friends, that you establish a connection with them so that they understand who you are, that there's mutual respect there. And then honestly, your best friends that are of the opposite sex or same sex, depending on your flavor, should respect the fact that you're now in a relationship. So if they're giving you shit about you spending time, with your boo, or about you, separating yourself from them a little bit more and spending more time with your mate in a natural, normal way, like not in an isolatory way, then you need to check your friend because they're being a bit too territorial on you and trying to dictate your fate and trying to determine and maybe jealous of your relationship. I don't know. I'm just saying something to look at, right? Friends are supposed to support, not gaslight. So definitely you can have friends of the opposite sex, but I think that the both of you have to be very clear about what those relationships have been, what they are today, and set rules that both of you follow with those. And yes, you have to meet. Okay. I hope you guys enjoy Wine and Wisdom. I definitely love doing the Q&As so much more because it allows me to be super creative and to answer you directly with what you have. I have some wonderful things coming down the pipe with Wine and Wisdom. We're going to have some opportunities for there to be some live Wine and Wisdoms. So it's going to be great. But listen, I hope you guys like, share, and follow me. Remember, Dr. E Speaks every first and third Thursday, Wine and Wisdom Q&A. Submit your questions, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Be blessed. Bye.